It all began with a wave of revolutions. As people in Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Bahrain, and Syria were pouring out into the streets, defying corrupt regimes, everyone, including myself, was watching the news from different parts of the world in different languages. At that time, I was in the United States studying and working. Watching different media outlets report and translate the events taking place often left me so confused, as different sources construct spoon-fed accounts that serves well their interests, their political and ideological interests. For example, why would Al Jazeera label opponents of the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad as rebels, while CNN will use the term terrorists? During conflicts and through translation, many news sources question, challenge, or support the different stories adopted by various political actors. For the last 6 years, the Middle East have witnessed a political tsunami. This has incredibly reshaped the conditions of work for language specialists and translators. Particularly, media translators are becoming highly politicized, while translated texts are being molded for political and ideological purposes. For instance, my research questions will try to address these two things. How does the mass media represent conflict through translation? What is the impact of the media translators' work on given audiences? My thesis aims at answering those questions by examining and probing a collection of political speeches and translated media reports from the Middle East. My work will help at exposing and unraveling the manipulation of the mass media and how it shapes realities from the Middle East. As a researcher and as a translator, I will cast light on the hidden political and ideological agendas of major international media outlets such as Al Jazeera, BBC, and CNN. Every day we are being manipulated. So in a world highly ingrained by manipulation, we are trying to figure out where is the truth. I will focus on the Middle East and North Africa because this region has rattled international politics, and also it continues to be a source of misinformation. In the end, you will ask me, why should we care about media translation? Well, I will leave you with this quote. Until you realize how easily it's for your mind to be manipulated, you remain the puppet of someone else's game. Thank you.